You are now live. Eh? Yep, you got both screens are moving. That's good. Yep, you're good.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Utica Curling Club for the 2019 Glengarry Challenge. Glengarry Challenge is the women's club championship here at the Utica Curling Club. First contested in 2003. 8 teams participating in the Bonspiel, so everyone gets to play today on a championship Saturday. 6 sheets of ice here at the Utica Curling Club, 4 in action today. Skip of the defending champions, Sue Williams, greeting the curlers to the ice. You heard them march on to the tune of Scotland the Brave and then our national anthem. I'm John Jacon, and today I'll be joined by Dave Palazzoli and Gary Williams, both longtime curlers here at the club.
Good afternoon, John. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're here to enjoy some lively curling. We would talk about the team rosters as they're getting ready to go. Everybody's exchanging Hale and Hardy handshakes and, getting their slides in. They did just play at 11 o'clock, so they're fairly warmed up. Some games ran a little over, so they didn't get a lot of rest.
And a good turnaround from our ice crew here at Utica Curling Club.
Ice is fabulous. Ice has been just improving every week I'm here. The ice is better than the week before. And we haven't, knock on wood, we haven't had a bad stretch at all.
In league play last night, we were getting more than 4 feet of curl on draws.
And that's my home turf, John.
That makes the game fun.
That makes my game fun, definitely. Now, as what I will do during the course of their warm-ups is give you an idea who's playing on which sheets. Sheet 2, we have the Tammy Dunnigan's team, which is also known as the Orange team. Vicky Sheardown playing third, Kimmy Acosta playing second. And they have a substitute lead. And I don't have her name, but Becky Schway was the lead. I will get you the lead's name very shortly. She'll be playing against Jan Rischel's team. Jan Rischel, skip, Julie Gederos the third, Bernadette DeMeo playing second, Rebecca McLean playing lead, and that is for the D event. Now, Sheet 3 is the C event. The team of Cindy Brown, known as the Brown team. Cindy Brown skip, Kathy Palazzoli vice, Barb Felice, Cindy Sorelli. And they're playing against Brenda Citronetti's green team with Brenda at skip, Karen Rogowski at third, MJ Walsh playing second, and Julie Carter at lead. Looks like the green team.
Sheet 3 is our championship team.
Right. Looks like the green team is already starting. And lead stone underway. It looks really good. It looks like it's going to give them what they want. Now, Sheet 4. Very quickly, Liz Cato in the B event. Liz Cato's red team. Liz Cato skip, Erlene Pulio, Donna Caleo, Lisa Light, who is a new curler. And they're playing against Joyce Schaefer's team. Very tough team. Blue team, Joyce Schaefer skip, Susan Williams D full, and Sue Hansen.
That's your Glengarry defenders.
And over on Sheet 5, we have the team of Carol Jones, the Pastel team, Liz DiGeronimo Vice, Marge Moore, Julie Shinatry, and they'll be playing against the team. Well, what was this? Who's this other team, John?
I know that team.
Oh, well, maybe you should tell us who they are, John.
Laura Jacon skip with Melon Safinsky, Cindy Whittish, and Lynn McLernan shooting lead rocks. And Lynn is also a brand new curler.
And they are the purple team. So we're underway. All the games are now moving. Already we're into the lead's second stone for the green team. And Brenda's calling a takeout. Blue, which is Cindy Brown's team, is in the top 12. And she's trying to make that shot go away. Shot is underway. We're going to get a lot of curl today, and with the right weight, we're going to see a lot of shots being made.
This is about where the movement's been starting, right about at the hog line is where you start to see most of the rocks making a turn.
Okay, as you can see on the split screen, she was a very successful takeout. Cindy Sorelli now, lead for Cindy Brown's team. Is going to attempt to remove that stone and sit for a counter top 12. Stone's underway. They'll probably have to sweep a little bit. The last one that was just delivered broke very strongly at this point. And this one looks like it's breaking a bit. And
they're going to be hoping to keep this stone at the back of the house if at all possible.
It looks like it's got just enough. Yeah, just through the house. Okay, now strategy changes. Brenda's team does not have last rock, and she does have a counter sitting in the top 12. She's elected to ask MJ to give her a centerline guard. Now, with the 5-rock rule, you know, you are throwing this 5th guard now quite often. Makes the game interesting, John. It's
yeah, it took me a little while to get used to in league play this year, but it forces you to be a bit more patient.
And gives the other team that absolute opportunity just to jangle your nerves just a little bit with that 3rd guard before you get to throw a takeout. MJ Stone sliding into the house, as you can see in the split screen. Fairly exposed and sitting top 8.
Opportunity here for a double if the Brown team elects to throw it.
Well, I think they'll probably play the kiss principle for the first couple ends. Cindy's asking Barb Felice II to catch an angle on it, push it to the side, and roll to the other side of the house. Barb Stone underway. Might be a little tight. They got on it very quickly, but they have a rather wide yellow target down there. So they have a good opportunity to get one or the other.
Not quite enough weight for the takeout. That one might make it to the house.
And yes, so what do we have now? We still are sitting 2 yellow with a blue corner guard.
Even if the green team's, Brenda Citronetti's team, does execute the center line guard, there's still a lot of opportunity for the brown team to make a draw into the 4 foot.
And they have the capabilities. Everybody on their team. This is also a team that has been in the finals a number of times.
Oh, they've got their name all over the trophy,
Yep.
David. Winners of this event in 2003, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2014, and Cindy was vice on the 2017 championship team. So plenty of experience out here on the ice in this squad.
Is that another way of saying that they're seasoned curlers, John?
They get to run the event quite often.
Oh, that is the curse of winning. Okay, as you can see in the split screen on the lower left, yellow is now sitting 3. Barb Felice definitely wants to make a noise with this stone.
Ice must be quick because we've seen a couple of the guards just sneak into the house.
Okay, well, Barb is going to make connection with the top yellow and get a little roll to the side.
That's a nice roll because that sets up a good angle for further use of that stone.
Right. Brenda is already, she looks like she's talking about a corner freeze. Bringing that stone.
Trying to put one right in the pocket so they control the angle on the run back.
I know that it's a pretty tough shot in curling, but trying to put it somewhere in this area to take away the opportunity of a raise, an execution of a raise.
Karen Rogoski throwing third stones for Brenda Citronetti. Karen's also a past champion of this event, leading a squad in 2009 to the Glengarry Championship.
Kind of makes this the Tournament of Champions on sheet 3 then. Okay, Karen Stone underway, and it has house weight. This could be...
Going to need to break hard to get to the spot they want.
And break hard it is. It looks like it's going to slide by the blue. I don't know. Oh.
They might have considered sweeping that one past the blue rock and bring it more into the back of the 4 foot. It would have been undercover if they had been able to get it by.
As you can see now, Cindy Brown is looking at something here and make this happen. And there's a couple nice alternatives there. They would all work. However, she's calling a bit of ice, so we'll have to see how this stone breaks.
Well, she might be hoping for the double here, David.
And
certainly got enough weight to move 2
Kathy
rocks.
Palazzoli's shot is underway. And if she gets the right angle, she will definitely make a noise when they hit. Okay. So as you can see on your split screen, the green team with the yellow rocks is sitting 1, and the brown team with the blue rocks is sitting 2 and 3.
Once again, a pocket hit here, David, will move 2 stones.
And Karen's quite capable of that. A little bobble on the release, but stone is underway. Curling already.
Yeah,
a lot of curl out there.
And Brenda's really encouraging the sweepers on this shot.
Oh, this could work out very well for the green team with the yellow rocks.
They needed to come up just a little bit at the end there, David, and I think they had a good opportunity to move both blues.
Now, the gutsy call or the draw? Ah, we have the draw. It's a good, looking for something here. And tough in the first end, it's hard to know what T-line weight is. And well, it's always a guesstimation on terms of how wide you can call this shot and still get it in there.
Well, in the brown squad with the hammer, they've got plenty of time to take care of some of those Yellowstones and maybe try a run back with one of Cindy's.
I think Cindy really would throw that at some point. Okay, now Kathy Stone is approaching the house. The weight seems pretty good. They're sweeping for line. And boy, split screen is showing you that she has made the shot. Beautiful shot. So, you know, fairly exposed. Karen can make, or excuse me, Brenda can probably make a noise with that takeout and eliminate that shot. And well, you know, if Brenda sits nose right there, John, it gives Cindy a pretty good target, and at the same time makes her shot a lot more difficult.
Well, the way the rocks are moving, Dave, soft hack weight, I think, will cross over the face, and she could get a little roll under cover.
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. This kind of thing here, and be sitting here for two.
Absolutely.
I like that. I like that. Let's see what she throws. Again, first end, you always have that crapshoot mentality in terms of how much ice to call and how much weight to throw. It's kind of like golf. You always think you should be quiet when the person's addressing the shot. Okay, Brenda's shot is underway and looks darn good right now. Is definitely curling.
They're trying to sneak this one by the guard, but it's going to make contact.
Oh, I think it changed the topography pretty seriously now. Blue is still sitting 1, yellow sitting 2, and blue is sitting totally buried 3. I would guess Cindy Brown here wouldn't want to set up a double. So
electing for top of the 4-foot, Dave, another thing they might want to consider is corner freeze on the second rock. Corner freeze on the second rock gives you half a rock of cover for your shot stone. And if they attempt the takeout, then they have the opportunity to knock the yellow stone out.
So you're saying this area right here.
Mm-hmm.
And
show them a little bit of that shot rock.
Right. I see what you're saying. That would be a great shot. I think Cindy may be throwing pure guard, trying to get to the center line. And
yep, call was for top 4.
Okay. Let's see where we are. Okay, Cindy Stone is underway. Now, don't forget, this is Cindy Brown throwing the blue rocks. And let's see. She's also Team Brown. Her team color is brown. Right now.
Thank you to the event organizers for that, right?
Yeah. Okay, Cindy Brown's shot, as you can see, split screen, is she's left a couple interesting options.
Hitting just a little flop to the right as we look at it from behind the glass.
Oh, yeah.
Gives you the blue stone as the backer, makes it very difficult for Cindy's hammer because you'd still be above the tee line.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Again, being the first end, you can certainly say that, you know, not knowing really what the weight should be, she threw a dandy shot. But what we're looking at here is a little hit and flop and end up with a yellow stone here. Yellow sitting 2 and giving blue a pretty small scoring area. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, if it's executed well, then essentially Cindy Brown is going to be forced into drawing for half of the button.
And they were good playing off each other and harmonizing.
Okay, Brenda Stone is underway, and she definitely was careful about her weight. And boy, it's curling nice. She might get that great shot we were just talking about.
Sweepers are really being encouraged. They're going to have to move hard to control this roll.
Okay, well, the good news for Cindy Brown is that the entire 4-foot is now available. And the bad news for her is she really has no chance to take out the yellow rock. So she really is drawing for 1. You see the angle on the yellow rock. If she were to tap that at all, it would just jam into the blue rock sitting off on the side.
There might be an opportunity, Dave, just to move that one off to the side, move it off enough. Yeah, it's going to jam on the blue rock on the sitting on the tee line, but it would then your rock at the back of the 4-foot would then be shot stone, and if you could hold the shooter into the 4-foot, there's an opportunity for 2, but this early in the game, just playing for 1 is fine.
And stone's probably a little narrow. They probably need to beat on it a bit to hold that line. It's got plenty of weight, though.
Here comes the movement.
Okay, they need to leave it, let it curl, as you can see on the split screen. It's coming in
That's
to
fantastic
settle.
draw
What
weight.
a throw. What a terrific throw.
Well, that's why they say whenever you get a chance to throw a practice draw, take it.
Yeah, works for me. Okay, so score at the end of the first end on sheet 3. Team Brown is ahead 1-0. Now I'll give you a run by of the scores. Tammy Duggan versus Jan Rischel, sheet 2. Tammy has scored 2 in the first end, so that sits at 2-0. On sheet 4, Liz Cato versus Joyce Schaefer. Liz Cato's team took 1 in the first end. And on sheet 5, we have Carol Jones's team with a, I just lost sight of it. They didn't hang the score, but
1 point.
Okay, I'm sorry.
1 point
Carol
on sheet
Jones's
5.
team is ahead 1-0 over the team of Laura Jacon. Okay, first stone going on sheet 3. What happened here, John?
Center line guard, perfectly executed.
Gotta love those veteran curlers. Okay, now Brenda's making the more aggressive call of drawing the house rather than throwing a corner guard.
Knee slide delivery from the lead.
Okay, now I don't know how much experience Julie Carter has, but I believe it's her first year, and if that's the case, this is, she really has a good command of her shots. I guess my hesitation was the fact that I've seen her throw a few stones this weekend, and struggle to believe our first-year curlers are that good, but they are. Okay, Cindy Brown is trying to double up the guard for Team Brown, and Cindy Sorelli.
It really is amazing how well some of the first-year curlers adapt, especially the ones who are joining us for their first full season, who took advantage of the curling school the previous second half.
Well, we have a crackerjack instruction team, if you will.
And a good influx of new curlers this year based on the Olympic surge that most clubs see.
And it's been welcome. Our numbers our membership numbers have creeped up, and the enthusiasm, the new curler enthusiasm, is pretty high.
Nice draw into the house, not fully undercover, but it's going to be a challenge to get to.
Okay, and again, this is I think the same as her name was Julie Carter.
Great weight, great line.
And
this looks like a made shot.
It does. Okay, took the stone out, rolled out.
Not the end of the world this early in the end to lose that shooter, David. It wasn't going to stay undercover. It would just give an opportunity for the Brown team to throw a freeze on there and cut down the scoring area.
Okay, I think I've adjusted the dual screen correctly. You have both ends of the sheet, and as you can see, Barb Felice's first stone is curling in quite nicely with enough weight to take it probably to the back 4. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of really good shooting this afternoon. These people are on their game already at the second end.
That's a great place to put that rock. That's now fully buried.
Well, you always want to show them a little a little bit. They'll let them worry a little bit about how they're going to get to it.
Free guards off. Enough stones have been played that now the center line guard can be removed.
Okay, MJ Walsh being asked to do that. I think the alternative shot was squeak by the center line guard and take out shot rock, and it looks like possibly.
Yeah, she just floated that one out just a little bit
Yeah.
and caught him kind of in between whether to go for the hit that they called or try and sneak it by and make a play on shot rock.
I always like to talk to people about the good miss, John. You know, the good miss
absolutely.
on that shot was get rid of that front guard.
Sure.
Because you have the hammer.
Oh, yeah, if you came a little bit narrow and crossed over the stone and drove it out in the other direction, just as good.
Yeah. Okay, Barb Felice being asked to make that draw again. Control of the forefoot seems to be the order of the day. Barb Stone is underway.
They want this rock to end up about halfway between the guard that's already in place and the top of the house.
And then we have plenty of curl. This stone is absolutely buckling.
Don't want to oversweep this one because then you're just going to line them up back to back.
There you go. Well, I think they have a good blue target for their peel shot.
Can really only take one stone here. To try and clear both blues at the same time is just going to leave the yellow stone in the same guard position. This one needs the curl. This one, again, was just set out just enough to hold that line. Fantastic weight for the peel, but just a little bit off the target line.
Well, we've seen an amazing amount of curl, so fairly obvious that up weight and they'll run much straighter. So that kind of makes it fun. Start to look like Canadian ice.
Really concentrating just on one half of the sheet here, Dave. Still quite a bit of room of the forefoot on the right-hand side of the sheet as we look at it from behind the glass.
Absolutely right. I almost think they could be considering that now because they're pretty well guarded. But it's easy. You can't miss from back here, John. I don't think I ever have. But when you're down on the ice, it is a bit harder. Okay, Kathy Palazzoli throwing a decent weight guard, and what they want to do is keep it from making a hole.
Yeah, now's the time when you don't mind this guard coming directly underneath one of the other guards that you've got, because then an attempted hit could drive another one of your stones onto the rings.
Well, John, I think Brenda heard you because she is calling the shot on the other side. No.
And you don't even need to make the clearing shot yet, David. A corner freeze on this to set up a play later in the end is also a good result.
And they're very makeable, wide open on this side. Okay, Karen Rogowski's stone underway. She certainly has weight. And it's already starting to curl. I think this is going to be a pretty useful stone.
Fresh patch of ice out here, so the sweepers got on it immediately.
Is it by?
It is not by.
Okay. So what's going to happen now, I think, is we're going to guard up the other side of the sheet and try to make Brenda's last two stones as difficult as possible. Kathy Palazzoli and Hack for
yeah,
her
Karen's really going to be forced to bring the heat with her next stone because they really need to make some movement up front now. Now the play is going back from in the house to back up above the house.
Okay, a Kathy stone is coming, and just like Karen's stone, looked like it had a lot of weight on it. And I don't think they should be shy. I think sweeping would be really important right from the get-go.
So still a lot of room to the forefoot here, David. Both those guards really not adding a whole lot to the equation.
Not really. This gives Brenda the opportunity to ask Karen again to draw to the shot rock.
And now can she make the right correction and weight? So easy to over-gun it on your second one after you come up so short on the first.
I think she'll make the right calculation. She has a pretty good touch. She does have a lot more weight, and they have already learned their lesson about sweeping, and they were on it early and hard.
Always better to go early.
Yeah, it's true. You can always call it off, but you can. Karen Stone is making a beautiful break, but it doesn't quite have the legs to get to the forefoot. As you can see on the split screen, she did bite the top 12.
It is in a usable position. It's not the easiest run back, but it is there, and Cindy's going to be forced to deal with it.
And Cindy, I believe, having heard what you said, is going to guard that up, John. You must be talking loudly. They seem to know what you're going to say as you say it.
I've played a couple of times with Cindy, and she calls a fantastic game.
Yes. Arguably, strategy-wise, one of the toughest competitors on the women's side in the club. I played competitive curling with Cindy for a few years, and we surprised quite a few teams. Not so much here. This is the toughest place to win in your own club. But out on the circuit a little bit, we really played well. And she keeps you in the game. And when she's skipping, you know, she makes a lot of tough calls and she makes a lot of tough shots.
Looks about the same weight that we've been seeing on the last couple of rocks. This will be a good guard.
I believe they should sweep it some more.
Yeah, a little bounce off these ones that are stacked up is not the end of the world.
Okay. All right. So
that's going to make the angle play very difficult for Brenda. She can certainly get to her yellow rock, but not with enough energy to move it all the way to the forefoot and clear that stone off the button.
I'm kind of looking at the guard, all the guardage up front, if you will, to quote Roger. And that's not a Christmas tree this time. I think it's a serpentine situation. Right. Good layer of guardage up front.
I think what they're looking at here, David, is a long run back to try and clear two. And then that biter up on top 12 becomes your shot rock.
I like the call.
Not much else to do.
No. So always a little tougher when you're pushing the other team's stones in, though. There's always an element of Will Robinson here. But if she does make this hit, two things will happen. Is one, she will be shot rock, and two, she'll have sat there and made another draw. Pretty difficult.
The only real way for there to be a poor outcome on this shot for Brenda Citronitti's team is if the hit doesn't have enough force to clear both rocks out of the house, and you end up with two blue rocks in the house when all the dust settles. Other than that, even if you run it back and make the nose hit, clear the shot rock out, and you replace it with shot rock, then you've got a yellow rock in a better position to use with your next shot, and you're still only down one.
It's true. Very true. Early in the game, I know these ones pile up, but early in the game, you know, it's not a heart-rending.
The other alternative you have is you could be trying this same shot with your yellow stone that's off on the wing. Steeper angle.
Well, right now she probably should worry about catching too much of the blue and taking out the yellow. Well, I think, John, I think you called it correctly. Although she did position a second blue stone in the house just behind the tee line, which gives her the opportunity for an in-off if she needs it. Cindy Brown, I think, is going to try to plug that hole that was just opened up by Brenda Citronitti.
And if they plug that hole, then probably Brenda's best plan at this point in time is to hit the blue stone that's on just behind the tee line out in the 12-foot and concede the one.
Right. Right. You know, curly ice early in the game, not that this guard shot is not a gimme. You'd almost want to take an extra half a foot of ice. Maybe she's trying to come in, though. You know, I just didn't hear the call. I'm thinking it's a guard, but
Yeah, there is enough hole there that you could sneak through that hole with a draw and come in just half 12 and be laying 3.
Okay, looks like they're sweeping it. They waited long enough to plug that hole.
This is going to make contact with the blue guard.
Okay, just stay on it, guys, and it's not terrible. It does make the come around much more difficult. Nevertheless, it's there now, and Brenda, with a beautiful shot, is going to get 1 out of this.
So from a sweeper's perspective here, Dave, what you're doing is you're hoping for the right weight. You're going to be sweeping this stone early to hold it on that yellow corner guard as long as possible to delay that break, and then hope it makes a hard move to the house so that you can just nudge the shot blue stone off of the button.
That is the theory. Brenda's certainly capable of it, and Karen knows how to call lines, so, you know, they'll make a great try at this, and it's a very good possibility that they'll make the shot. What would you give it, 50%?
I'd say so.
Okay. All right, stone is underway.
You're looking for about back 8 weight here if you're a sweeper.
Okay, and they're on it now. It's starting to look awfully light, though.
There's the break. Plenty of room by the guard.
Brenda,
that was so well thrown.
Made everything but the point. What a beautiful throw. Well swept, well called. But evidently Cindy's guard was just good enough to change the path of the shot. Okay, so after 2 ends, John, Cindy Brown's blue team ahead 2-0.
And we're just clearing stones across the sheet, so we'll see some other scores hung on the scoreboard in just another moment.
Take this opportunity again to welcome anybody watching to Utica Curling Club Women's Championships. Beautiful yearly curling club on a actually not a bad day for the first week of March.
Opening stone, 3rd end of our championship game. Centerline guard being called for. Cindy Brown going out to converse with the sweepers.
Okay. I don't believe the stone was in any danger of being too short, but having 3 brooms on it kind of gave it more length and makes it a more usable guard.
Interesting change in strategy here for Brenda Citroniti. Rather than playing out to the wing, she's electing to use that guard just off the center line, come into the house herself, calling for top 8, top 12.
I would too. Okay. Shot is underway. Looks like there's enough weight.
Yeah, more than enough. Sweepers encouraging it to slow down.
And probably just going to sneak out the back. Cindy Brown's trying to cut down the scoring circle already. She's going to widen the guard rather than come around. Cindy Sorelli, veteran of many of these games. This is the original winning team of the first year of the Glengarry Challenge back in 2003. Same order, same people, same jackets.
So in our D event, Tammy Dunnigan's team took 2 with the hammer in the 2nd end. They now lead 2-1. Carol Jones's team took, where are we on sheet 4? We've got Liz Cato with the blue stones. They stole another point in the 2nd end, now have a 2-0 lead. And on sheet 5 in our C event, Carol Jones versus Laura Jacon. The Jacon squad took 3 in the 2nd end, now leads 3-1.
Now, while we were away, Yellow has managed, Brenda Citronetti's team has thrown a beautiful come around. They're sitting behind the first blue guard thrown in the end. And Cindy Israeli has asked Barb Felice to also draw around that guard and try to outcount that stone. I think the ice has speeded up quite a bit. There's not much effort, and the stones are really flying down. Barb's stone starting to curl a lot. Looks like it's got more weight than it's going to need, though, as it slides quietly through the house.
So with one undercover here, Dave, and you've got the hammer. Now do you go to the wing?
Yes, but not always. I believe that's what she's doing, though. Again, John, I think.
Yeah, she's conferring with the front end, asking their opinion. They like it in the center of play.
Yeah. At some point, you have to decide, where you're going to find your bread and butter. I think the way these two teams are playing, I think if you get your weight coming towards the middle, maintain the control of the forefoot, you're probably going to have a better outcome. Now, MJ Walsh's stone looks like it has enough weight to get to the house. It's starting to bend nicely.
I'd say both of these squads are more draw-oriented than hit-oriented.
Yeah. I consider drawing and curling very much like putting in golf.
In what way?
Well, you can do a lot to get there, but once you get there, you better know how to putt if you want to win. You can make all kinds of big swings, but you got to get the ball in the hole. And draws means you got to get the stone in the spot.
Here the hit is the call. Sweepers on it hard. Need to get it by this top guard. Plenty of room by the guard.
She makes
contact with the shot stone. Just pokes it out into the open. That's a great result.
Terrific shot by Barb Felice.
Shooter half on the rings.
Okay, Brenda conferring with her team again, and they're making a decision to hit. Again, they have to be careful now, John. They get an angle on the blue stone, it might go back and make a noise against that yellow stone. So MJ Walsh in the hack, ready to throw.
So this is really about throwing the right weight on this line.
Yeah, well, they probably like it because,
they turned it in. She turned it in just a little bit, and the sweepers jumped on it immediately. They recognized that delivery.
Man, she might get a double the hard way. Okay.
That's a lively house to move that shot all the way through the 12-foot.
Yeah, I kind of think she had some mustard on that shot. It really moved things around. Okay, Cindy Brown now asking Kathy Palazzoli to do a little surgical removal of the yellow stone or to make a draw. I don't know. We'll see which call she decides on. Okay, Cindy Brown asking Kathy to remove the yellow stone. Probably sit there and...
if they can hit and stick, they'll lay two. That blue stone that was the object of the raise did end up coming onto the rings.
It did. Kathy has to throw the weight. Stone has to curl a little bit, and they've been getting good curls, so I would expect it's got enough.
Oh yeah, this will move nicely. Needs to have the right weight. This is going to make contact with the blue stone at the top of the house. They're going to be getting a little split here.
And that's not terrible, but certainly not what there was. That wasn't their A shot. I think maybe a little delay on the sweeping call hurt him there, but in Cindy's defense, she may have not realized that it was that much down weight. Okay, the yellow team is being asked to remove the closer blue stone, sitting almost dead on the center line. Probably get a roll one way or the other and make the blue team's next two shots a little harder. Karen's stone is underway. I think they're being overly cautious now. They're sweeping everything. Beautiful shot, beautiful shot.
Nice hit, nice roll, and laying 2.
Right. Okay, Cindy Brown contemplating. Kind of like she's got a couple interesting options here. She's asking Kathy to throw probably, looked like she was signaling for back 8 weight.
I think her thought process here is certainly you could play the draw on the wide open side to get the rock into the same place. By coming this way, if it's a little wide, then they can play the in off their own rock. If it's a little too heavy, they get the shot rock that's on the tee line.
Okay, both good calls. Okay, they're sweeping now.
Nice wait for the draw. Sweepers have to drag it in just a little more.
Okay.
That pokes your second shot into a position where that might now be shot rock, but it's accessible.
It's accessible from with a raise and also accessible straight on takeout. So Brenda's got to start considering, you know, what she wants to do here. She's talking about corner freezing it or talking about tapping it back a little. Karen Rogowski's in the hack.
I like the tap back. She's got hammer.
Yep.
I don't know if I'd bother playing a guard on this, Dave, because then you still have the opportunity on the other side. Like you said, there's 2 ways to get to the rock. So either you're going to want to freeze right onto this, or I think the tap back. A lot of ice.
Yeah.
They're playing the guard.
It has the weight to get to the house, though.
If this breaks hard enough, they might be able to get to 4 foot underneath all this pile.
That would be. And no, it's absolutely going right through the house. Okay, well, Cindy has 2 difficult shots here. There is a double available on the yellow, as you can see here on the split screen. It kind of a hit here, doing something like this.
Yep, you probably lose the shooter in the process, but you'd still be laying 2.
Yeah, you end up over here. Not the end of the world. You're somewhere in this area. But sweeping calls are tough. You've got a lot of curl on the ice. You have to anticipate well. Cindy won't be light. So again, it's a...
Yeah, with this broom placement, she's only looking for about 1/3 of a rock of movement down the ice.
Right. And they're certainly not out of the woods yet. They have to make this contact and have to be nice if they can hold their shooter. Okay, Cindy Stone underway. It's got to move a little bit, but just a little bit. And it's absolutely collapsing.
Wow.
Take off the guard. Don't, well.
My goodness, all the way over the top of that guard.
Yeah.
I think they stayed off that, Dave. I think they were hoping against hope that if they could cross all the way over the top of that guard, that they might get the in-off off of their 4th stone.
You're right. I think they were praying for something like this. And not impossible. Not impossible. So Brenda's back to, you know, an embarrassment of riches right now. Where to position this stone to maximize her opportunity to take 3 or possibly 4. 4 is in play right now. So, again, I kind of like the draw towards the center. But it, you know, as they say, it's a target-rich environment at that point. Another good shot here, John, I think, would be the corner of the 4 foot exposed.
I don't know if I'd want to go that deep, Dave, because then you hit gives the Browns squad an opportunity to take 2 of your other stones out of play. I think I'd like to be not quite biting 8 foot, because then any play that they make over on that side wouldn't end up being shot rock. You'd be forcing Brown into trying to throw a wide draw around to back 8, back 4.
I see what you're saying. But we both agree splitting the house at this point is a good option. I like Brenda's option too, but you know, the only danger here is going a foot too deep and giving the other skip an opportunity to throw something that freezes to you or sits in front of you and really takes away your big end opportunity. But this is guard weight.
Yeah, sweepers didn't hesitate. They were down immediately. Taking a look. Now it's really buckling.
Yeah. What the temptation for Cindy Brown? I mean, I know what it is. For temptation is going to be, oh my goodness. Brenda did get in for the third stone. So, I think Cindy Brown's temptation now is going to be to raise a blue. Brenda made a great draw, sitting now 1, 2, and 3, all in the 8 foot. So there's no real clear path to hitting one.
Yeah, there's
easily.
really not a hit available. You could still draw underneath all the cover, and if you were to make the draw underneath this pile of stones, there's really no good raisable stones here for Brenda Citronitti.
This guard right here is what's making Cindy Brown's last shot very difficult.
Yes.
You can't really see it on the split screen, but on the wide screen, I believe she's trying to throw a raise on this blue.
And I wonder why she's taken that shot, Dave. I think if she was to play a straight nose hit on the blue shot that's closer to the center of the ice, she might actually have an opportunity to move a couple of yellows.
Yeah, I think this is the juggler shot. You're going for the juggler. She just moves the thing in 4 feet. She's in a dandy spot. Let's see what kind of weight she throws and sweeping call. And okay, they are sweeping it. It's starting to curl. Boy, it's going to need a little more weight to make a noise.
Yeah, playing this as a draw now.
Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Oh no. Oh no. That's not fair. Oh.
Well, we know that path is there. Our angle on our camera makes it tough to tell whether that is going to be your second shot or not.
Yeah,
They're taking a hard look.
Yeah. I think they
well, the way they called for that draw to the 4 foot so quickly makes me think that one might be just touching the back 12, and this is going to be a draw for 4.
I think I agree. I didn't realize that stone had that volume, that velocity. But looks like a draw for 4. Okay. Brenda's coming out. Stone's underway. Good weight. They're not jumping all over it.
Yeah, nothing from the sweepers. They're waving Karen right off, but then they go down.
And she does have a backer. It is curling hard. It has to get by the front stones for 4.
I think they're going to make contact with the yellows up front. A little tap, no roll.
All right.
Well, let's see what we get here. And if anything, David, the stone that they made contact with was the one that was closer to the 12-foot circle. So if that was not your third shot, it was at the end of that shot.
It looks like 3. Okay. Okay. The way Karen Rogowski jumped on the stones, as soon as that stone came to a stop, I didn't really have a chance to get a glimpse of the final count. So as we go across the sheets now, on sheet 5, we've completed 3 ends. And
Carol Jones with 3, made 3 with the hammer, and she retakes the lead now, 4-3 against the J-Con squad.
Okay, and sheet 4?
Sheet 4, also a score of 3. Or excuse me, no, a score of 2. And now 4-0 in favor of the Liz Cato squad.
Okay.
Against your Glengarry defenders. And sheet 2 still completing their 3rd end. A little bit of a lineup change on sheet 2. Tammy Dunnigan throwing 3rd stones this afternoon.
I hope everybody's okay. Just change it up a little bit. That can't hurt. A little bit of misfire here on sheet 3. Cindy Sorelli's first guard not quite clearing the second hog line.
Yeah, that'll be a quarter in the piggy bank at the table at the end of the game.
Oh, no, I think in finals that's 50 cents.
Is it 50 cents?
We'll have to ask Joyce.
Joyce will be out to collect, there's no doubt. Once again, Brenda Citronetti choosing to keep play in the center of the sheet rather than out on the wings.
Well, I think this is the first end where Brenda, let's see.
Well, in the second end, she chose to draw
Right.
underneath the guard on the 4-foot line rather than play out to the wing.
You're right. I was just trying to remember who had the hammer in which end. I think Brenda had the hammer in the second end and the third end, and made good use of it in the third. So I would expect her without the hammer to play towards the center, as you said, and playing to the side is less than conventional, but certainly doable. Okay, Cindy Brown asked Cindy Sorelli to throw a freeze, and it's beautiful. All right. Brenda Citronetti now asking MJ Walsh to put up a center line guard. Okay, now we have a big score change on sheet 2.
Oh, goodness. That's the Tammy Dunnigan squad jumping out to a commanding lead after 3 ends. They take 5 in the second end and now lead 7-1 over the Jan Rischel squad.
I'd be wrong, but I think this is Jan's first foray into skipping in the Glengarry Challenge. She is very, very capable shooter. And, you know, it's always a little more difficult when you choose to throw those last rocks. Okay, Cindy Brown asking Barb Felice to make a draw around everything and sit as shot rock.
Yeah, I think Jan threw second stones in 2013, the year that Laura won the Glengarry Challenge.
Yeah, she has more than ample experience, and she does have a winning medal or two. So, having said all that, you know, certainly it's time if you want to, if you want it, if your ulcers can take it, it's always time to skip. Okay, Barb Felice's draw didn't make the house. Cindy Brown's team now sitting with blue guards. Okay, MJ being asked to draw around that center line guard by Brenda Citronetti. MJ's certainly thrown enough weight to get the job done. Let's see what happens. Not seeing that great big curl. Here we go, John. Here we go.
Weight
now,
looks real nice, Dave.
It does. It's going to be a nice shot.
Go ahead and keep sweeping that. Get that one as much under cover as you can. That's great.
Beautiful shot. That's a great shot. Okay. Cindy Brown asking Barb Felice to remove the yellow guard. But with the right hit, John, that stone could accomplish a couple things for them.
Yeah, it's difficult because you really can't throw the angle for the peel because you make contact with your blue stone and then you just run the yellow back onto the rings. And very difficult to get to nose to try and make the run back on shot stone.
She's opting for the takeout of the run back of the blue stone into the blue stone.
Just create a little more space up front.
Right. Well, we'll see if the drag.
Calling for quite a bit of ice for takeout weight.
Well, I was thinking if she hits the outside of that blue, the yellow will not squirt straight back. It'll take the drag effect will cause it to bend.
This needs to make a break to make contact. Now it does.
Let's watch to see if drag works. And so it does. Okay, well, putting Brenda in a situation of having to guard with two of her stones in scoring position without the hammer. Guard's not a bad idea.
Guard's not a bad idea, but still have half the button open on the other side. Draws wide open on the right-hand side of the sheet.
Absolutely correct. See how Karen's shot does here. Karen being asked to make the guard, but gee, a nice shot would be to just roll it right in there and sit three. She has the kind of weight that could make it in there.
Yeah, this is in the house weight for sure. This is going to make contact with the blue stone at top 12.
You're absolutely right, John.
So not enough weight to put that blue stone into any kind of scoring position. With enough weight here, Dave, all three go.
You're right.
Does Kathy have that kind of weight?
No.
Careful.
Let's just say not her cup of tea. Everything and anything is possible.
Every curler has their preference. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want the stone in my hand for this shot.
Okay, it's got a curl a touch. Looks like it's going to hit an in-off on the blue.
Now on the yellows, Dave. Oh, does it go through the hole?
Yes.
Wow, stuck in between. Stuck in between just when they thought that they could keep it on the outside when it started to make the move and the sweepers were frozen.
Yeah, that little tick might have been a very, very helpful sound. Okay, now Karen is definitely going to try to draw this in, sit four. You know, leaving the blue team, as you said, the entire half of the button. Karen Stone underway again, not shy about the weight.
That's got a little less, and they took about another 3 inches of ice. They can sweep this.
And it is diving.
Okay, you don't need to finish that one. Once you're over the line, you really just needed to drop that stone. Any additional sweeping was just moving it off the line more than you wanted.
Okay, now Cindy Brown asking for a draw to the 4 foot. I'm sure Kathy would be happy to oblige. All right. Probably not calling a lot of ice here. I don't think that's an overabundance of ice for this draw.
No, I agree.
And she's sneaking the broom actually in closer. So
Wow.
this is all about weight and sweeping now. I think Kathy was a little wide.
Sweepers think it has everything it needs.
Yep.
Now's where it makes the move. Cindy Brown called him immediately off. Sweepers wanted to go, and Cindy Brown was having none of that. She knew that line needed to improve.
And it is a dandy shot,
Yeah,
really.
weight ended up nice, you know, out there on that wider path, slowed the rock down a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a usable stone for the Brown team.
Very usable. Brenda may choose to guard it. Brenda may choose to hit it. I don't know. I just don't know. It looks like Karen's lobbying for a hit.
Sure, nose hit covers up the 4 foot.
And see what she leaves her.
Well, as you like to say, Dave, the good miss is definitely to be a little narrow on this. You don't want to set this one out.
No, no. She didn't take a lot of ice, so I'm thinking that she is planning on nose or inside. Kind of an inside-out delivery.
Line looks okay.
Coming over hard.
It's moving nicely.
A good shot.
I think they can come up a little. That's fantastic. That's a great spot.
Yep. Okay, so right now what we have on sheet 3, yellow rocks belonging to the green team, sitting 1, 2, 3, 4.
Be tempting to kind of try and jiggle one through that hole there, Dave.
That would be something. It definitely wouldn't be shot rock if they do.
No, it wouldn't, but it would cut them down quite a bit.
Yes, it would. Tough sweeping call, and yeah, depending on the weight she throws, could be an interesting finish on this stone.
Taking about the same amount of ice that Brenda took for her hit.
That's not a bad thought. If she hits and simply sits there a little closer in to the center line, makes Brenda may be forced to throw a guard on it. Be a really tough shot to guard, to hit cleanly.
Over on sheet 5, Laura Jacon with what looks like her last stone against 5 blues in the house. Throwing a wide draw, just trying to cut the margin down. This is a good-looking shot here in our championship sheet.
Hope they don't play it too cute. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Okay.
A little more roll than they wanted there. So yellow still laying 3 here, Dave. An opportunity for a big steal.
It is. She'll have to guard. She certainly have to guard. And if she doesn't get if she doesn't take enough ice, she'll give Cindy Brown ample opportunity to draw the corner of the 4 and at least cut the damage down.
I think that you need to play this guard higher here, David. As much as the rocks are swinging, you put that rock right on the edge of the 12 foot. There's still room to draw the 4 for the Cindy Brown team and cut the stones down to 1. I think a higher guard is going to give you less opportunity to get to the 4 foot and give you the opportunity to steal 2, maybe even 3.
I have to agree.
I'd play this 2-3 feet out of the house.
I might be really tempted to put this right next to the blue stone and just make the draw as hard as possible. Or even outcount the blue stones at 4 and give Cindy Brown just the absolute edge of the 4 foot.
That would be hyper aggressive right there.
Well, you can win a lot of games and lose a lot of games, But you never miss from you never miss from up
I don't
here.
know. We had one announcer say that he misses often behind the glass.
That would take some doing. Okay, I see on our web stream we have 7 people watching. I hope they're enjoying a very, very good game. It's taken a decidedly yellow swing.
This is guard weight.
And starting to take
Now you can bring it.
Starting to take that big curl we were just talking about.
Yeah, so this one over curls.
Right.
That guard needed to be at least a foot more to the right.
So Cindy's hope now is to get a piece of the button, and it's not impossible, but certainly be in the 4-foot.
She could make shot rock.
And she absolutely has that in her sights. Okay. A little concentration, little.
Steal 1 on sheet 5.
Okay.
So Laura's draw against 5 stones, mission accomplished. Couldn't quite make the side of the 4-foot to be shot rock, but did cut down the amount of stones that Blue had. And so let's see, she's playing against Carol Jones. So Carol's lead now is 5-3 after 4 ends.
I believe that's the C event, but I've been wrong before.
That is the C.
And the B is on sheet 4, and the D is on sheet 2. Okay, Cindy
Sweepers
Brown's
are going to have to go to carry this one to the house, Dave.
This
is a little short.
It's looking good, but I think you're right. They've got to get it. They've got to move it along, or this is going to be a tragic end for the blue team.
Oh, this is a steal of 3.
Okay. Okay, so it's a steal of 3, putting Brenda Citronetti's team out to a pretty comfortable 6-2 lead after 4 ends. They are playing against the comeback team, but you never know. Okay, with half a game gone, again, as we said, Citronetti 6, Team Brown 2.
Over on sheet 2, Jan Russell's squad throwing the opening stones of their 4th end. So Jan got at least 1 point. Let's see what the 3rd hangs on the scoreboard for us. That's a score of 1 for the Rischel squad. So after 4 ends, the score there is 7-2 in favor of the Dunnigan squad.
Looks like Liz Cato's team is still setting the pace on sheet 4 with a 5-0 lead after 4 ends.
I'm surprised the Sweepers would have brought this one into the house, Dave. Down by 4, you don't want to give the opposing squad an opportunity to hit.
Yeah, I don't know what was being discussed. I am surprised that it was going in. Maybe they just felt, well, as long as it's going in, let's make sure it gets all the way in.
Or perhaps they just wanted to challenge Brenda's lead.
And at this point, Brenda's lead's stone looks to be going through the house. Cindy Brown's team needs to score a crooked number here. There's a, you don't want a 1 here. You're going to have to play maximum aggression all the way through this end and just hope for a good outcome.
I thought you were going to go Deadpool there on me, Dave.
I always try to keep my cliches to myself. I did quote Roger Rowlett. He has a term when there's 5 or 6 or 7 stones in front of the house. He calls it guardage. couldn't be a more apt description of what it looks like. Okay, well, as you can see, Cindy Sorelli did put a second stone in.
Yep, widening out the house here.
And, you know, if this plays out the way it's sitting now, you know, there's a good possibility the blue team, pardon me, Cindy Brown's team with the Blue Rocks will get it.
Hit and stick or hit and spill here, Dave? What do you like?
I like hit and stick. We know they can draw. Let's make them hit and stick.
Sweeper's going to have to go to keep this one on the blue stone.
And they did. Beautiful job.
They're going to roll all the way across the house.
Accomplishing two things, taking away the split and sitting for shot rock.
The advantage to that roll is now when the brown team plays the hit, now you've got some of those blue stones bunched up.
Right. Giving you a really good opportunity to sit to make a double or make a freeze and negate a lot of good intentions. Okay, Barb Felice throwing straight up center line with pretty good takeout weight. They're hoping to hit the yellow shot rock and reestablish their position.
That one's over curling. That's going to make contact on their own blue. They're going to look for a bounce back to center line on this.
It's not a terrible shot for blue.
Yeah, not a bad result.
Blue is still sitting 2 and 3. Yellow sitting 1. Brenda asking for a corner freeze guard. A good shot to make. Brenda still seems to sort of be in the driver's seat in the situation right now. MJ Walsh trying to accomplish a draw to the 8-foot, partially covering the blue rays into the yellow.
Nice weight sweepers are on it immediately.
Okay, getting that big, starting that big curl now.
Now you need to go to bring it right up against it.
Okay. As you can see on split screen, there is yellow is now sitting 1 and 2. Barb has the opportunity for an angle double, or
yeah, just a little too much broom there for that shot.
Right. Good weight though, and okay, Cindy Brown seems to be asking for or considering making the blue-yellow rays.
I think I like the clean hit better than the run back, Dave.
At this point, it's early enough in the end. What you want is have your stones in front of the tee line and their stones behind the tee line. And I like this for any number of reasons. Okay, it has to curl a little bit. It's still on its way out. It's coming.
Yeah, just a little too much arm extension there to put the weight on the stone.
Okay, the dread silent takeout. So yellow is still sitting 1 and 2, and it will be Karen Rogowski's first shot. Again, Brenda asking for something in the front to just make the subsequent shots as difficult as possible. She could also make a straight back tap. You know, at this point, I think keep it simple. And just try to cut down the scoring area so that Blue's best opportunity is a 1. So they're still making having a discussion. And what do you think? What do you think is the thought pattern here, John?
You know, they're thinking guard, Dave.
They're thinking about something right about there. And I believe they're going to take a few seconds to make a conference call here.
Would it be too aggressive to throw another yellow pretty much in line, even with the one that's on center line, to cover up more of the forefoot? Let them go ahead and play one hit that still doesn't give them shot rock?
Oh, I absolutely believe that's the shot. Put another one in play, tap that front one back, tap it back at a little bit of an angle. Just now you just want to apply maximum pressure. You have the Brown team, on the ropes a little bit. Keep them pinned. I believe that they're going to ultimately make that decision that you were just suggesting, John, and just kind of a be in the house, tap back type of thing. Of course, their big fear is that they tap it at an angle and leave it wide open. Okay, so it looks like with the ice that Brenda is taking, that they're looking for something here, or possibly something tapped back, and or maybe come around the whole thing, which is another opportunity just to kind of come into this area right here and apply that maximum pressure. I think your goal here when you're up 6-2 is let the other team figure out how to make one, and then come home with the hammer in the sixth, well ahead in points.
Absolutely, take control of the even end.
I have something I say to my team a lot, that I really believe that the hammer is worth 1.5 points in the eighth end. And of course, everybody stares at me like I have a screw loose, but. My reasoning being that whatever happens with the hammer, you have nothing you can do to negate it.
So nice top four weight, a little bit of a bounce, covers up more of the forefoot, going to force blue to try and clear some of the yellow out.
A good shot right now for blue would be to hit that center of the 3 yellow, hit it right on the nose. Sit there and let yellow try to make a good play on it.
Cindy's looking at the pocket play. She thinks you hit this one in the pocket, the top 2 go, and maybe you catch the one that's on the tee line on the way by.
It'd be a good call. No matter what, they need to get those yellow stones behind the tee line. There's nothing they're going to do with yellow stones in front of the tee line.
Interesting that they're taking this path down the ice, taking the outturn rather than the in-turn. Or excuse me, the in-turn rather than the outturn. Yeah, I don't know that I'd want to even consider bringing that blue into play.
Okay.
Boy, that's the right spot. Oh, just needed to curl a touch more to get both yellows moving.
Okay, so now we have blue sitting in a better position than they were. There's not a double on those blue. At the same time, yellow could play a tap up. Yellow could hit that right on the nose, but leave anything but a perfect hit leaves any number of combinations for yellow doubles. So I think this possibly should be a more controllable weight takeout. Trying to make something happen here.
Pretty tight ice compared to what we've been seeing, and this one's definitely up weight.
Okay,
this has got some moving to do. It's going to catch a piece of the blue.
Or not.
Or not. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, well, that somewhat changes. And now that brings that blue raise back in play. That brings the blue raise takeout. Ruh-roh.
I think we're unplugged somewhere, David.
I see a plug on the floor.
All right. I'm not sure where that goes.
I'll get there. I'll get there. I'll hand it up to you.
Gotcha. Oh, no, gotcha. All right, so.
Are we online? Okay, Kathy Palazzoli attempting to make the blue yellow raise. It's looking pretty good. Okay, Kathy makes the blue-yellow raise. Blue's now sitting 2 behind.
Fantastic shot.
Just a great shot, beautiful weight. The line was there, and
That's one they'll talk about at the table after the game.
win or lose, that's a shot to be talked about. Well, sorry, folks, we had a slight mechanical glitch as the switch box came unplugged. And you probably enjoyed the interlude, but it surely scared us a little bit. Okay, Brenda Citronetti making a decision as to how she's going to fix this end. I think she's looking at a double blue. Good call. Still gives blue the opportunity to sit 2. As a matter of fact, if she makes the double blue raise or takeout, Cindy has the opportunity to take out Cindy Brown has the opportunity to take out the other yellow and have 3-4 blue stones in the house. So let's see what happens here. We're going to see an upweight takeout, and Brenda's really looking to rattle some blue stones here. It doesn't seem to be the weight I thought she'd throw on that, John. How about you?
Karen called the sweepers right on. This is coming back to nose.
It's not a bad shot. But as I said, leaving blue stones in play at this point. If Cindy is able to Cindy may be tapping something back here and make it difficult for Brenda, or Cindy, from what Cindy's talking about, it looks like she's trying to move this back.
I don't know that really accomplishes anything, because best case result, if you play that, you're still only lying 2.
That's true. She's sitting.
And then you've got the opportunity for Brenda to play the raise on the yellow. I agree with some of the commentators off to the side here that you need to get rid of that yellow stone just off of the center line.
If you make this yellow stone go here, and you're sitting.
You'd be sitting 3.
You'd be sitting 3. And Brenda has to worry about this stone being in play at some point. If Brenda were to not make a great shot, you could do something like that, and bingo, you're right back in the game. So, looks to me like Cindy was listening to you people behind the glass here, because
We're not talking. I'm always talking.
this is not a gimme, because she has to slightly cross the nose.
Well, while she sets up in the hack, let's review some of the other scores. Sheet number 2, which is our D event game. The Dunnigan squad continues to take their march towards victory, scoring 2 in the 5th end, and now has a 9-2 lead on sheet 4. We've got a shutout on our hands. Liz Cato's squad over the defending Glengarry Challenge team of Joyce Schaefer. That score now 4-0. Excuse me, 5-0 after 4 ends, and all tied up at the end of 5 on sheet 5, which is our C event game, Carol Jones versus Laura Jacon.
There you go. So having said that, Cindy Brown's stone is underway. It's not a lot of weight, so I think we may have been wrong, and she simply was throwing something to tap back the second shot rock. Okay. Confounding all the critics.
Okay, that's your 4th stone.
Yeah. So Brenda, wow. Brenda has a draw to make, or Cindy still has that takeout.
I think the yellow is just too high of the blue stone, Dave, to be able to raise under cover. Any raise that they make is just going to be a straight back raise.
Right.
If that rock was forward by another inch, maybe inch and a half, they'd be able to tap it under cover, and there'd be absolutely nothing that the Brown squad could do about it. Now they're going to be forced. I think they're forced to play draw here.
I think she's going to hit, just try to minimize her damage. She's going to try to throw a hit on the front blue and double out 2 blue. The way they're locked together, it's a good opportunity. I might do that at looking at the scoreboard. I might think that would be my shot.
Yeah, I can see your thinking there.
Of course, if she goes a little wide, she takes out the front yellow, and then she has a whole lot of pain to deal with at that point. So let's see what happens here. They're having a good conference, and there's certainly enough curling experience down there to.
Yep, senior members of the squad are down there.
Yeah, yeah. She has been, throwing very well, so I'm sure she's got an opportunity to make a good shot out of this. So it looks like.
Do you think they'll give us a hand signal, let us know what the call is?
I think the call is raise the yellow into the blue.
Certainly looks like it with that broom.
Is that what she's going to do?
Yeah. Why not? Is the question.
Perfectly executed your shot, rock under cover. If you hit it a little too thin, then your shooter rolls off, gives them the opportunity for the hit for 3.
Right. Okay. Well, it's all there. She's taking less ice, so evidently.
Less ice means more weight. More
Right.
weight means more roll.
Right. You certainly hope that, the stars align themselves. Okay, they're sweeping already. Not a ton of weight.
This is already crossed over nose, Dave. They're going to make contact with Bluestone.
Okay, so right now we have blue sitting 3 with an opportunity to draw for 4. That, as we say, was a game changer, John.
Absolutely.
As you said a little earlier, they'll probably at some point be talking about these shots after the game. Cindy's opportunity now is like the draw she threw last end, something approaching the 4 foot. And
yeah, she's got 8 feet of ice to work with. Back of the 8 foot is just as good as front of the 8 foot.
Right. Hang a count of 4 up there. She's already sitting 3, and she's not throwing anything that's going to endanger that. But she needs to be full white, full smiling white, full in the 8 foot. Okay, stone's underway.
Yeah, the only potential danger here is if this rock was to pick, come all the way across the house and drive the yellow
right.
onto the 8 foot.
I'm
Highly
afraid.
unlikely. This is light.
I'm afraid it's way light, and it's going to be a score of 3. It's going to be a score of 3, and not terrible, but certainly opportunity missed. I compare this all the time to when you're watching Syracuse on college basketball and they miss free throw after free throw. You say, what part of free throw don't you get?
Yeah, you just kick yourself when you leave a point on the ice.
Yep, you do. You can't get it back. But 3 is better than 2, and 2 is better than 1. And as I said, they needed a crooked number to stay competitive in this game. So they have their opportunity now. Now it's all about execution for 3 more ends. And somebody's going to eke a narrow victory here. Okay, so 5 ends in the books. Brenda Ciccinetti's green team still has a 1-point edge on the brown team of Cindy Brown, Kathy Palazzoli, Barb Felice, and Cindy Sorelli. Certainly at this point, it's anybody's game. Both teams have proved they can make the hard shot under hard circumstances. Okay, John, looks like she's gone to a modified.
Yeah, calling for it outside of the house.
Outside of the house, but coming the other direction. So the opportunity, I think, here is if it starts to curl, drag it on in.
Yeah, it might be that her lead is just more comfortable with this turn.
And, the weight's good. It's definitely looks like they can get it to the house. Dandy shot, dandy lead shot. Okay, Cindy Brown asking Cindy Sorelli to put something in front of the house.
There's no need to deal with that yellow stone on the rings just yet.
Not in this point, but Cindy's looking for a stone in this area, knowing full well, as did Brenda Citroniti, that if the line is good and the weight is good, you know, you can do a lot with that stone. Okay, they're coming off it, so evidently they're definitely playing the guard. Center line guard. Okay.
Make things easy for your lead here, Dave. Throw another one just like the first.
Sure. Easiest shot in curling, I'm told, John. Oh, just throw the same shot. Always makeable.
Absolutely.
A little inside.
Yeah, a little tighter.
They've got to scrub now to make sure they get by that front blue.
I don't think they have a prayer of getting by that front blue.
Okay, well.
Luckily, not enough weight to clear out the blues, so you know the stone's not going to be replaced. The free guard rule's not going to come into play here.
No, but it does give Cindy Brown's team the opportunity now with 3 up front guards to make things happen in the house. Barb Felice being asked to draw top 8, get a little bit halfway behind the guards. Okay.
Yeah, the bad news there is that if you decide you need to play the peel of shame on that yellow stone, you're just driving the blue into the rings.
The peel of shame. All right. Looks like Barb's stone is going to hang in the back. So she did accomplish drawing the house. And those stones seem to help both sides, you know.
Yeah, behind the tee line, you're not going to improve that one.
No. But you can draw to it, draw in front of it, use it as a catcher. It's just so much fun to have those stones back there. In the tap and draw game, it's always makes it interesting. Okay, and Brenda is asking MJ to put one in front of it. Nice clean release, nice weight. Yeah, good opportunity to get it by if they can really scrub, but it is collapsing again to the probably not enough weight because it really isn't carrying much past the hog line. So having said that, now Cindy Brown is again asking Barb Felice to draw the house.
Plenty of cover available. Calls the sweepers on immediately.
Right.
We've seen so many stones bend so hard you just cannot get on early enough here.
Well,
and again, just a little light.
Yeah, again light. But
Ice must be changing out there, Dave, because they've been on draw weight most of this game, and now all of a sudden everybody just seems to have lost the house.
okay.
Wow, that one didn't make it all the way across the hog line.
You know, there's a funny thing that happens in some of these games. If the ice starts out fast and slows down, it takes people longer to compensate because they keep thinking how fast it was. And this looks pretty good, though. This looks, with this ice, if MJ corrects her weight, she's going to be all over the forefoot. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, okay. Brenda's set the broom out a little wider here for MJ.
Which was a good decision. MJ's thrown better weight, which also was a good decision. She may be coming right back to the back blue.
Got to come up now.
Okay. There you go.
Nice result.
Nice result. To give you the count, yellow sitting shot, blue second shot, and yellow sitting third shot in front of the house. Cindy Brown is asking for this draw right here. Kathy.
Yep, still a lot of room to the 4-foot.
Right.
As much as the stones are curling, Dave, you could be on the left-hand side of the 4-foot.
Yeah, she's calling that narrower ice that hasn't worked for her in this end yet. Well, let's see what Kathy does. Okay, she may very well be calling a little narrow because her team so far seems to have a...
Weight's nice, just needs to break.
Okay.
It's going to come down close to the back yellow.
Okay, what we have right now is Kathy Stone nestling in against the shot rock. And
we've got a new shot rock.
Right. This will keep happening until somebody gets that weight down where they want it.
So I think here, Dave, I like the hit. Rather than the draw, I like the hit. I'd want to lose that back yellow because that's only working to Blue's favor.
Yes. Well, and I think that's exactly what she just called. She's saying, make a noise. Make a noise, Karen. Let's see how this breaks for her.
I think she's playing draw. That's a draw slide.
Yeah.
Sweepers want to go, but the skip says let the line improve.
And it's coming. It's already past the blue stone now, so they're just going to bring it to the back. Cindy Brown's in position. If she can help it a little bit, she will.
Brenda called up, but Cindy swept anyway.
Imagine that. You know, Skip told me once a while back, he said, you know, if you're both sweeping the stone, one of you is wrong. And, the guy's name was Ed Berger.
Ah.
A sage curler. He said that the secret to skipping is make both your shots. I said, well, thank you, Ed. And he said, well, no, I'm not done yet. I said, okay, what, Ed? He said, if you don't make your first one, make your second one. And another fellow, Charlie Schatz, in his first year said to me, I've got this skipping thing all figured out. I said, so what's that, Charlie? He said, if you, it doesn't matter what your team leaves you, you have to clean it up.
Well, you mentioned Ed Berger. His granddaughter Bryn Davis also has her name on the trophy here. Bryn,
Yes,
winner in 2017.
As the skip of the Cindy Brown team.
Yes, that's true.
And okay, right now Brenda's asking Karen to put another one right in there. Karen has that same weight, and they're calling the same ice. I'm looking to think they're going to get the same result. Looking really good right now.
Maybe just a little heavier, a little bounce off the blue on the back of the 4-foot, get underneath your own yellow.
Yeah, it's got just enough to slide right on by. Okay. I don't know if you can see that very well, but yellow is sitting 1 and 2. It's Cindy Brown's first shot. Yellow has the hammer. So, you know, Cindy's hope, I think, is to draw to the corner of this yellow. And if she can't get there, to draw to this area here. Just to keep Brenda at this point from scoring more than one. So.
Looks like the Carol Jones squad just made a draw for 1, probably 2, over on sheet number 5.
Oh, I can't see it from where I'm sitting, but
yeah, you got the monitor in your way. They just cleared the stones.
Okay. So we're looking for a blue stone to make some noise right here on this sheet, possibly coming in this direction.
Well, we've got one game in the books here, David, on sheet number 2. They've completed that game, so Congratulations to the Tammy Dunnigan squad, winners
Okay.
of your D event.
D event winner.
In the 2019 Glengarry Challenge.
Okay. So they get to have a little more time for drinks before dinner. And Cindy Brown's now in the hack, and she's trying very hard to make a noise against the yellow shot rock belonging to Brenda Citronetti's team now.
That's good weight to move a stone. Sweepers are going to need to give it a little love to get it by these guards.
They're
great
sweeping hard.
Great sweeping.
They're
this
sweeping
is just,
hard.
oh, is it going to squeak by? It just gets by both the guards, down onto shot rock, and move it back to the 4-foot, and there's your new shot rock. Is it?
Wow.
Is it shot rock or is it not? Hard to tell from our angle.
Hard to tell, but it's a great shot. It's a great shot. Karen Rogowski is already stepping in and kind of broom measuring things. And it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but, you know, the nice part about this for Cindy Brown's team is if Brenda can chip this out. Let's see if I can illustrate this. Brenda chips this blue stone out this way. Brenda's shooter's going to go this way.
And they still have an opportunity for the draw
and
for
give
two.
Cindy a chance to draw right in here with her next stone. Karen?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Two, perhaps three. Three is still in play here.
It is. It is. Brenda's looking for that chip, but as I said, she does that. She opens up a pocket for the blue team. So let's see what happens here. This is
it's a delicate shot.
Yep.
You really need to play this one with just about back 8 weight, Dave. You know, move the blue stone all the way through the 4-foot and try and keep your shooter right there locked on.
Absolutely agree. The opportunity also, if you come off that shooter, is that, let me clear this. If she makes this, she might also make this and move the other blue stone back and sit a bunch. And this blue goes over here. But this is the pocket I'm talking about right here. That's would make it very difficult even to score one if Cindy Brown were able to get there. If she accomplishes this and then Cindy gets there. So let's see what happens. Right now it's all good for Brenda Citronetti. She has to make a great shot here, and Cindy has to follow with a great shot.
This one's tight on the guards. Once again, just, oh, isn't it by? It is not by.
Not by the guard. Okay. All right, now what does Cindy Brown do here? Does she try to draw in and sit two? She's on her way down, so evidently they discussed this pre-shot.
Yeah, they knew beforehand what they wanted to do here.
Right. I kind of think that it's that blue is shot rock. I believe blue is shot rock just by
the amount of ice that they're taking here. I think if they were trying to make a play on their own blue, they certainly would have taken a little less ice. So it looks like they're throwing the guard.
As I would too. Of course, although Brenda did move the yellow guard out of the way, there's a blue guard right in the way. What they don't want to do is over-curl here. So let's see if they sweep it early. Make sure they hold it out. Okay, the weight's good. The weight's good, but it could buckle, so they should probably be sweeping now.
As soon as they think this is over the hog line, Dave, they've got to drop it.
Up. Okay. That's a dandy guard.
Yep. Yeah, the
Absolutely.
little bit of bounce worked to their advantage.
Absolutely dandy guard. This is
another complete game, Dave. Sheet 4, we're all done. Congratulations to the Liz Cato squad taking our B event this afternoon.
Now, Liz Cato is the daughter of Gary Williams, the person throwing fourth rocks on sheet 4 against Liz Cato's team, a young woman named Sue Williams. So I think there was a little family rivalry going there in that shot in that game. And Liz has a lot of experience. She's young, but she's been curling since before she was born. So,
2011 champion of this event.
Right. And boy, oh boy, this sheet 3 game is now turning into a real. It's not a barn burner, but it is a humdinger. She can still get one out of this, and she can, possibly get a miracle shot here. But what she really needs to do is just bring a stone in, John, if you allow me to again dazzle you with my penmanship.
You handle that mouse well, David.
Bring a stone in and then just sit here and count 1. That would give her a 2-point lead and going into the 7th end, and it's not a bad call. However, she's calling tight ice. I don't know what she's got in mind. I don't know. If she catches the front guard.
I guess we're still not entirely sure who is shot here.
Right. But knowing that Cindy was guarding that stone gives me reason to believe that blue is slightly shot. As I said, Karen has a habit of running across the house and kicking stones out of the way before they even come to a stop, so I really don't. Okay, I think she's probably
this
on the blue
guard.
guard.
Yeah.
On the guard, but watch blue into yellow.
Oh. Don't know that if anything was going to happen there, Dave. The lead foot made contact with the stone.
Okay, they're kicking him out, so I do believe it was blue. And okay, everything's turned around again. Now what we have is a 2-end game, and yellow has the hammer. It's tie game after 3.
I'm going to go ahead and crank up the shed mic a little bit now that we've got sheet empty. Maybe we can hear a little bit of the action down on the ice.
Okay, Cindy Brown striding forward, so the result was favorable for Team Brown. Okay, so now we have another tie game, and let's see how this goes. Cindy Sorelli in the hack, ready to throw.
We don't have the players mic'd up, but we do have a microphone out on the ice shed, so we might be able to catch a little bit of conversation down there now that sheet 2 is empty, and we won't be having any activity from that sheet.
Cindy Sorelli's first guard, arguably a 9 out of 10 in guard speak, covering most of the center line, and looks like Brenda Citronini is immediately going to ask for something next to it or slightly behind it. Julie Carter Stone underway, and it is guard weight, but I've been fooled before. Yeah, it's coming in.
Just sneaking by the center line guard.
Okay, I think they've played this end once or twice.
Yeah, all the way undercover and out the other side.
Right. Cindy Brown is asking for a freeze, which is a good call here. Very aggressive skip at this point. She's going to try to make every corner freeze and every cover and every hit and roll. It's in her best interest to take one or hold them to one. Okay, Cindy Sorelli's second shot underway.
Yeah, strong extension on the release. That might be a little more weight than what they're originally looking for. I think they're probably looking to play a run back now, a little tap back.
And they got it.
Contact with the shot stone and out the back.
Yeah. Starting to see the real shot making, folks. And a little bit.
We may have missed that call, Dave. Maybe she was just indicating where she wanted to hit it on the stone rather than the freeze to that location.
I agree. And again, what we're going to get is the same shot out of Julie, where she's going to be coming right into the 4th. And they're just going to be moving things around. This is going to be an interesting end. Nobody's being shy at this point. Rings being lively enough. Stones are flying.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, blue stone hanging around in the 12-foot. Okay. Barb Felice being asked to remove the yellow rock. Okay, plenty of weight.
Yep, good release.
Clean release. Should be a loud noise when it gets down there.
Now it's all about controlling the roll.
Okay. All right. Blue sitting 1 and 2. Still a center line guard. Brenda electing to maybe try the double or maybe try the hit and roll, but definitely is worried about blue stones in the house and going to make them go away.
The way this end is being played, I think the Citroniti squad might be playing for a blank.
Not a bad idea. Tough to blank a draw team though. Very tough.
Nose hit here will clear both blues.
Right. And she definitely threw takeout weight.
Yeah, sweeper's called on immediately.
Okay. It looks great. It looks absolutely great.
Just a little too much curl for the nose hit, but still made contact. Moved the back one out.
Nice roll. Partially behind the guard. So advantage back to the yellow squad. All right. Cindy Brown is asking Barb to tap that shot rock back. So, again, lots of weight. They can get ready for the curl.
No need to totally remove this yellow. A yellow stone behind the tee line with you in the front of the 4-foot's your friend.
There you go. Another great shot. I guess everybody brought their A game to the 7th end here, John. They aren't fooling around. Okay, MJ being asked again to poke shot rock back, sit for shot.
It matters the timing of it, not the amount. It's all about timing.
It's better than 0.
That's right. Timing is everything.
Okay, MJ has thrown really nice control weight.
Looks like draw weight, David.
Beautiful throw.
Wow,
beautiful throw.
That rock fooled me. That was much more weight than I thought it was.
Beautiful throw. Yellow sitting 1 and 2. Interesting enough, Cindy Brown is calling the same shot. Surprised at this point, knowing Cindy, that she's not calling the draw coming the other way and sit right between the two yellows. But the nice thing about this is any kind of a tap on the yellow gets it off the 4-foot and keeps you around. Okay, so here we go. Kathy Palazzoli. Okay, soft weight. Should be controllable. They may have swept a little prematurely on. No, John, it's coming in beautifully.
Yep, that's going to make contact. Push another stone to the back of the rings.
Okay. And takes play off the 4-foot.
It does. 4-foot open on both sides now.
All right, so blue is 1, yellow 2, blue is 3 and 4. So Brenda looking for a hit and roll.
Hammer stone now on sheet number 5. Laura Jacon squad with 2 stones in the 4-foot. looking to draw for their third point, which would give them a 1-point lead.
Now, is that Melon Safinski is playing third?
Is third for that squad. Yep.
Okay. Okay, Karen Stone is underway. Presently, needs to curl a bit.
Yeah, this needs to make a move.
Needs to curl a bit. Might make an a bad luck kind of. Oh, okay. She got through everything. And as you can see, yellow is now shot rock in the back 12. So, Cindy Brown asking Kathy Palazzoli to probably draw the 4-foot undercover with the yellow as a backer.
Unfortunately, Laura Jacon's draw for her third point came up short, so tie game coming home in the 8th end. And the Jones squad will have the hammer.
Like tie games in the 7th end, you have a lot less probability of having a 9th end. Okay, Kathy Stone looks pretty good. Well, she does have backers.
I think that's the ice crew man in you talking there, David, not wanting to hang out any longer than necessary.
Well, on Wednesday night, when you start a little late and you have guys on the ice that you know have real lives where they work the next day, a lot of times.
Nobody likes a game on Wednesday night that ends on Thursday morning.
No, we do like to end the game the same day we start it, but boy, some days you wonder. Okay, Kathy Palazzoli drew to the back 12. Obviously giving Karen Rogowski a chance to draw in front of that stone. I think when it all dust settles this end, somebody will get 1 point. Okay, Karen. Brenda took plenty of ice. Karen threw nice weight. This should nestle in there. Should nestle in nicely. They're doing the up-down with the brooms, which means they're pretty happy with the weight, just considering.
Yeah, just not getting as much curl as they want to get it totally undercover.
No, they're not. And it is back, definitely almost back 8, giving Cindy Brown a opportunity.
You probably got about 3 stones to the pin there, David?
Let's see. I would agree with you totally. It's the 4-foot circle. So, yeah, 3 stones would get you right about to a point where there's no more room. Okay, now we seem to be missing a third here on sheet 3. Hi, here she comes. All right. All right, they aren't going to confer, so evidently they both know what the shot was before.
Yeah, enough said. Draw about sums it up.
Draw now. Okay, let's see how this goes. Nice to have those backers in there, John, isn't it?
Well, and when you've got a squad like this that has played together so much, Dave, you know each other's thinking. You know, you can just put the broom down and really don't have to have a whole lot of conversation.
I agree. I agree. I recall in the 6-sheet open on this very same sheet that you made some dazzling shots in the 6-sheet open final in the A event, as I recall.
Not quite dazzling enough, and the Rowlett squad came away with the victory.
Oh, I don't disagree, John, but you're only throwing 2 rocks, you know. Okay, they're sweeping for line and weight with Cindy Brown's first shot. It seems to have both at this point.
Yeah, if they can drag this one in, it's going to end up in a beautiful spot. That is great sweeping right there. That's a well-thrown rock and well swept. That's what makes curling a team sport, David.
Very impressive. Again, putting the onus right on Brenda now to make a great shot.
But when I try to talk to people about what makes curling so special, and any other your typical ball and stick sports, once you release the ball, that's it. The ball's going where it's going to go, and you really have no influence over it. But in curling, you can always influence the outcome of the shot, and that's what makes it so much different than any other sport.
It is interesting. Again, I can't think of another sport where you shape the shot, but you can't actually touch the object. You
True.
know, you can do anything you want in front of that stone. You can dance, you can sing, you can sweep, you can jump up and down. And yet you can change the path of the stone ever so slightly, elongate the path.
I have actually seen some skips hop up and down as they encourage their sweepers.
I've seen people with both feet off the ground more than once.
Oh yeah, as you're
Usually-
leaning on the broom, sweeping, it's amazing. Some of the high-level sweepers, when you watch their footwork, their feet are barely touching the ice. It's like a dance going down.
Oh, I agree, and they're strong and they're agile and they know the game inside and out. Okay, Brenda's stone underway, and this looks like a dandy. This looks like it's going to do what she wants. She's going to pop that blue back. And
Yeah, that's a great angle.
it's collapsing now, though.
Not quite what they hoped for,
No,
but still in front of the tee line, so they control the scoring area.
right. Cindy Brown's team sitting 1, possibly Brenda's team sitting 2. I don't know. Boy, this is tough. She can't guard both sides. Guarding this side gives Cindy Brown the opportunity to, come at, if I can fool around one more time here. Guarding that side gives Brenda's team the opportunity to do this and sit 3.
But given that she just threw that rock, I think I'd prefer to give her the cold draw than give her the same hit she just threw.
All right, so we're trying to sit a guard somewhere in that area, take away the opportunity for a raise. Okay, they have to sweep this, hold the line now.
Once again, they need to drop this as soon as they think it's over the hog line.
Okay, and I think that, yeah. And I think they've done just that.
Okay, so that's a good angle. That blue rock can't be run onto the red to make, or onto yellow to make yellow the shot rock, and now Citrinity's going to be forced to draw.
Yep. Boy, oh boy, this will be an expensive noise if she makes it right.
Boy, David, I mean, there's enough room through the house here that back 8 weight on the draw, making contact with that blue stone, this could be a score of 3.
That's right. And almost might have been advantageous to Cindy Brown to tap this front guard.
The clatter you heard there on the shed mic was past President Julie Shinatri going down onto the ice. Looks like she's going to be able to walk it off. She's up and
Oh, except for walking in the
hanging
wrong
onto her
direction.
hip a little
She's
bit.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here it comes. Brenda's shot for all the marbles. And it's makeable. But what she has to make a decision here, John, and it's a tough one. She can't halfway down decide, well, I really only need to draw the 4-foot. She's got the ice called so that she has to throw that back 8. It has to curl just right. If she squeezes anything off of this shot, at most somebody gets 1. Let's see what happens here.
Well, worst case scenario for Brenda is down 1 with the hammer.
Right. Weight's good. Weight's good.
MJ is saying heavy. Karen is saying sweep. Here comes the move. I don't know that this is heavy.
I don't think it's heavy. I don't think it's even house weight. Oh, dear.
Okay, so down 1 with.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. And talking to herself, I might add. Okay. All right, what do you have going on sheet 7? On sheet 5, John? That looks as tight as a paint on a wall over there.
Sheet 5 looks like 2 red stones, first and second, or maybe not. Red is definitely shot. It's pretty close for second stone between the blue and the red. The blue team, Carol Jones' team, has the hammer. third, Liz DiGeronimo delivering with her first stone of the 8th end, looking to remove the red shot rock.
Okay, the conference here in Team Brown. You know, they've stolen the last the last end, the last 2 ends, 6th and the 7th. And I guess what they're saying is making a decision where this guard should be, or should it be in the house. Or maybe she just told them how happy she is that they're curling so well.
Taking the drink orders for after the game.
They are curling well. These are two very, very, very good teams. I think you're right. I think the call was make sure that it's close to the house. And it is close to the house.
Yeah, this one's going to sneak in. They don't want to bring this one too deep.
Well, okay, looks like we're getting top 8 out of that. Just biting, full 8, full 8, full 8. Okay, Brenda's looking for a takeout. In her best interest, or a freeze. Ooh, gutsy call.
Yeah, well, big difference in strategy here between the need to take 1 and the need to take 2.
Oh, I agree. I'm playing for 2 all the way, but you know, it's a good shot is to take that out and get a little bit of a roll to the side. You'll assure yourself of getting 1 if you keep the front clear. Good opportunity of getting 1. There's no guarantee. Having said that, be nice to get that kicker stone on the side. So
yeah, we've introduced the 3 guard zone for a reason, to encourage more rocks in play and increase the chance of scoring.
So here we are. As I said,
call.
Julie Carter's stone. It's draw weight, or is it heavy draw? It's heavy draw weight.
Yeah, it's off the blue.
It's off the blue, and Cindy Brown probably would try to encourage it to continue on its path to the back of the house. Okay.
Okay, so now that you've got 1 in the house, Dave, you throw the guard, you throw 1 underneath, you throw a tap. Cindy likes the guard.
I like the guard. You have to maintain control of the center of the sheet. It's just classic at this point. Team without the hammer trying to limit the scoring opportunities of the team with the hammer by blocking and controlling access to the 4-foot. And you know, now I guess you say now is you wait to see which team blinks first. All right, now this rock has
got legs.
It's got house weight. So
it'll come back to center line.
Oh,
They're going to have to play this as a tap now.
And they're going straight for the nose. It's going to over curl. And there you go. Okay, yellow's opportunity now is to hit something blue. They have a target approximately 2 stones wide, and it's not a bad idea. John, I think your call for a guard probably was the right call. I don't think she took your advice.
Well, I think she wanted the guard. It was just a little more weight than what she'd hoped for.
I absolutely agree. Okay, now we've got a mom back shot going here.
Yeah.
Okay, she got a piece of the front blue. It's not going to change much in the house, really.
Okay, but opened up access to the 4-foot.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't anticipate either of those rocks being the scoring stone in this end, Dave.
No, but they are the stones that matter. The other team is sitting 2 or 3, and you have to hit and stick for 1. You have to hit and stick for 1. Watched poor Rachel Holman try to change her game last week in the Scotty Tournament of Hearts, and she made a decision in the 10th end and the 11th end that what she needed to do was draw, when everybody in the stadium knew that what she needed to do was make a raised takeout. And Rachel Holman missed both draws and walked away runner-up in the A event of the Scotties.
Wow.
By ignoring 2 makeable shots and going for the 4-foot both times. And afterwards, many people complimented the other skip for making her throw a draw. She had very little to do with that decision. But it's a funny game. When you get to those last 2 stones, John, it's a funny, funny game. Okay, MJ's going to try a double.
Yep, brown team starting to build a wall here.
Yep. The way it curls, I'm pretty sure she'll hit something blue.
Skip stones on sheet number 5.
Okay, MJ's weight is such that they might get the double.
This might sneak through the hole, David. This needs to curl.
Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness. MJ's takeout slid a little wide of the mark.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, now Barb Felice is probably going to be asked to do a tap-up or I might call it an obfuscate shot. You know, you just want to get stuff in the way. So here we go. Barb trying to throw something that'll stop in the top 12. Got the old adrenaline going now out on this sheet, and
that's a soft tap.
Yep. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Barb has tapped a stone just behind the button. Nice stone.
So still a draw opportunity to get to the corner of this stone.
I absolutely believe the shot is to throw the draw here, John. Absolutely believe it. Ignore those 2 in the front and go right for the button now. It's just going to get too hard. There's just too much stuff in the way.
And if you take the in-turn path, even if you set it out a little wide, you might have the opportunity to wick off of the blue that's in the 8-foot. But Brenda says, I need room for my last shot, so let's go ahead and clear it up.
She's not wrong. MJ throwing a hit. She's not going to be wide this time, I promise you. And she's definitely going to hit something blue.
Shooter's going to stay in play, which is a good thing for the yellow squad.
Right. Okay. So presently, as you can see here, split screen wise, we've got a reverse Christmas tree here, which favors the yellow team. And Cindy Brown is hoping to, you know, pull a stone where probably in this area right here.
Yeah, the question is, how deep do you want to go here? She likes it top 4.
Yeah, anywhere from top 4 to top 12. So I think what she gave her is, here's what I want, and here's a good miss.
I think she's calling the ice a little tight for what she's looking for, though, Dave.
Well, she'll find out if she made a mistake or not. Kathy is a little wide.
Weight looks nice. Sweepers aren't interested.
All right, it's coming across by itself. They're now going to get to the nose.
Boy, that's great weight. That was very nicely thrown by Kathy.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness. What a nice shot. Okay, Karen Rogowski, I'm sure, is going to be asked to double out those blue and get behind that yellow guard. All doable, but a pretty difficult shot. Okay.
Oh my goodness, something went wrong there on sheet 5. Laura Jacon with 1 on the edge of the 4-foot, trying to throw a guard that didn't make it across the hog line.
Here comes,
giving Carol Jones the opportunity to draw the 4-foot through an intermediate port. Let's call it that.
Okay.
Yeah, hit made.
Hit made, sitting second shot. Things are starting to look up for the yellow team, for the yellow stones and the green team.
Kathy's going to be asked to put that stone right back.
Right, Cindy calling even less ice. I think the idea now is to make sure you're sitting 1 and 2 somehow. Okay, Kathy again throwing probably the same weight.
Maybe just a touch more.
Yeah, the sweepers aren't touching it yet.
No, now this one digging in a little, maybe a little wider path here, David. That one's slowing down a little quicker.
It's true. Okay.
That's what they asked for.
It is. It is.
Over on sheet 5, Carol Jones' draw for the point to win the game slides through the house. And we are complete on sheet number 5.
Well, who won that?
Winner.
Who won that game, John?
I will be giving my wife a kiss after the game either way, Dave.
Okay. We'll give her 2 and say one's from me, John. Okay. Karen Grogowski being asked to make a very makeable double and trade stones here. And let's see how this goes.
She may have set this one out just a little bit, Dave.
Yeah, but the curl in the ice has been helping them all game.
The good news is she didn't overthrow the weight.
Okay. Well, this certainly tightens the noose a little bit on Cindy Brown's team, because she needs to make perfect shots now to keep.
Yeah, that yellow stone is a danger stone. I don't think you mess around with the guard here. I think you got to hit it, force it through the hole, get yourself a little bit of a roll to maintain cover for your shot stone.
Yep.
Can't afford to hit it too thin, though, because you don't want to catch the yellow on the edge of the forefoot.
A gut check time. Definitely a gut check time. Okay, so what we're looking for here, Cindy's now signaling possibly a draw. Well, it's not without its.
Yeah, freeze would make life pretty difficult for
Right.
Citronetti.
Or simply getting one offline there, but still sitting second rock. Cindy Brown looking at some exotic possibilities. Okay, having made all those thoughts, now she's looking at drawing in, sitting 1 and 2. This is an interesting call here.
I'm not
John.
sure I know exactly what she's calling here, Dave.
She's calling.
This
I don't
is
know.
draw ice.
I can't tell you.
It all depends on what weight she releases.
Yeah. I'm not sure if she's not still trying to hit the yellow stone across the face of this stone and sit here and push this stone there.
Yeah, if she's throwing this with somewhere between back of the house and hack weight, she can get to nose on the yellow stone, push it to the back of the house. Draw weight will come through the hole.
Right. And boy, I don't know what I would be calling here. I definitely would want to be sitting second shot when all this dust settles. So.
I think I'd be probably throwing the hit with the opposite turn.
Okay. That's draw weight.
Absolutely. A little bit of a bobble as she released the stone. This is light. All right, if they can get it across, it still accomplishes a guard. Come on, ladies, you gotta dig.
Up, up, up. And not a bad shot. Not a bad shot. Not a bad shot.
Oh, that one may have just come across just enough to tease Brenda Citroniti into making the draw down onto that blue stone. I think it's there, Dave.
Oh, boy. It may be there, but I'm happy I'm not throwing it. Brenda might be wise to throw the raise with the yellow stone on the... Yeah. It's all good now, but, you know, the big danger here, no matter what Brenda does, is she's going to leave a hole for Cindy Brown. And I don't even know if... I don't know. I don't know. If I were Brenda, I'd be throwing for that hole.
I agree.
You know? Okay, folks, here we go. From what we can tell, we've got the possibility of an angle raise or the possibility of a tap back. A lot of options here. What she doesn't want is a nose.
You know, and David, the one combination that nobody's really taken a look at this entire end, that it could be the bailout shot for Citroniti, is the in-off on the left-hand side of the sheet.
Yeah. Okay, this is looking really good.
Line's good. Really got to go for weight to push this one all the way off.
Yep.
Okay, Cindy's going to have to throw the same stone.
Yep.
I think that blue is just far enough back that that same tap leaves blue's shot and no place for her stone to go afterwards.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what Cindy's throwing here. I think you're right. I think she's going to cover it up and go for 9. Because, yeah. Well, she gets through the hole and taps yellow back. Yellow will still be shot rock. Hello, hello.
Taking another look, regrouping.
Okay, Cindy's taking a breath. All right, coming down. Ready? This is her last stone of the end. Stone is away.
That's tap back weight.
Maybe a little toasty.
Yeah, needs to make the move.
Nope.
Now it's coming. Oh, goodness.
That's the game.
Well, what a wonderful game.
Wow, what a wonderful game.
Unfortunate that it didn't come down to an opportunity for the skip to throw the last stone, but wow, well played by both sides.
Well played. Okay, we have a final here on sheet 3, folks. The Glengarry Challenge winner, 2019, team of Brenda Citroniti, Karen Rogowski, MJ Walsh, Julie Carter. Runner-up, A event, Cindy Brown's team, Cindy Brown skip, Kathy Palazzoli, Barb Felice, and Cindy Sorelli. We thank you for listening. This was a wonderful afternoon for us. We hope you enjoyed it as well. And please make sure that you tune in on our next broadcast. Thank you.